Well, Coach, in a few months' time, snow will blanket the Great Peaks just to our west. But for now, summer still in full swing at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards. It's all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
On the double. Mike 54. Let's go, D.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 82 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. We thought that may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Let's go now. 50, plant. Greystone, travel.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And an alley to run. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, 74 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. And in hindsight... Probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun to give to Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Second and 13. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Right there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? You can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
And this is complete. It's Allen. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Check three. Hey, wahoo! Ready?
2nd and 4. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Nixon. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he...
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Mixon with a first down carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check, check, lucky. Slam.
And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47.
Me and you all day. I'm coming after you. Check.
A quick throw now complete to Ross. A gain of 6 there on first.
Let's stop.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Let's go now. Watch the safety creep. 66. Pull it. High.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Slam. 25. Check 25.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
And the Bengals first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Bengals 7.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
That's it, baby. That's it.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. This is Mixon. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Exactly what... they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Hey, hold on. 52 right here.
On first down, Mixon. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now the Bengals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Single, single. Single, single. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Check 24, check 24. Switch it, switch it. Side.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Now 3rd and 10.
Set up, 8, read. Hey, Alpha.
I'm here all day. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Ready? Wide, get wide. Kill.
Speed dribble.
Operating from the gun, Stevenson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out.
You got 3 down.
Look at me. Door.
Check.
Bravo.
Check.
Shoot.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and
You draw Porter.
at the 35-yard line.
Go.
To throw on 2nd down, Stevenson. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
3 down. Check 26.
Hey, lock it.
Bang.
Rock it. Hit it.
Throwing on 1st down, Stevenson. He's got Allen. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos push further out in front.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for, and take it.
Let's go.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Got a man open. It's Ross. A huge play there on the screen pass. 42 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run with Mixon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Mixon. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Bengals
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd down now, Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it's now 21-17. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Kill, 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 kill.
Big rip.
They'll try to draw Lindsey. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 50, Mike 50. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Oh, here we go. Oh, big edge, big edge, big edge. Joker, 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 joker.
Shoot.
From the gun, Stevenson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Check Mike 47. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Mike's 47.
Hey, Zoo.
They'll look to throw. And it's complete. Hooper. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
Ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Out. 3 down. 3 down. Out.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Chance. Check 31. Check 31. Whip.
Hard.
On first and 10, Stevenson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Set, ready. 30 base.
Single.
Hey, exit.
30. Look out for number 30. Strong right. Shift.
Leo.
49. Check 49.
Ready.
Here's second and 8. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
61, matchbox lights.
SOS. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll run it here. This is James Lane. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Squeeze.
Check.
Shoot.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
10 logo.
Check three.
Gone.
Check 4.
Hey, high 7.
Take the edge. Come.
Stand.
You go tight.
Any weapon.
You got tight right there.
Let's go.
Another run by Lindsey. There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Lindsey with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Broncos push further out in front. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no,
that's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, 75 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Broncos 31, Bengals 20.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Two times. Hey. You got three. Three down. Shift. Out.
Hey, Sam off.
They'll go again with Lindsey. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Come on, set. 50, plant. Pilot, 64, weak.
Tight end's right. Alert. 3 down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This is the tight end fan. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hey, team 6. Hey, lock it. Ready.
They'll try and throw for it here. Going deep here for Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Check nickel. Check 37. Check 37. Slam. Watch twist.
Get it.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's get it.
Set up. 30 base.
Watch tight end. We got three, fellas. We got 3. Watch safety creeping.
Go out.
He's coming. We got double up.
Lead grip.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 6-2.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll take a shot for the... That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bullock good on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
Check 3, check 3. Check safety, check safety.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stevenson. And Woods has it complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Hard.
Check.
61, matchbox lights.
24, check 24. 36.
Now a handoff for Lindsey. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hey, switch gears.
General West.
Switch. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Leo.
Lucky.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Lindsey. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
80 weapons.
Undercrush. Watch the safety creep.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
25. Travel.
Check 25. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Alert flare.
Now a carry for Lindsey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Check 9. Hey, alert 3.
Look, squeeze.
Tighten up.
Gone. Go.
24. Check 24.
5.
On second down, it's Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a third down.
Third down and 6.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 15 line.
But, gotta get the point. Get on the point right here.
Pilot, 64, weak. Bam. Go.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Look at me. Go.
Get wide.
Get it.
Off the play fake, Stevenson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Hey, Wood.
Here we go again. 47.
Big rip.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna boom.
Back to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Let's go, D.
Operating from the gun, Stevenson. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
Then with the Eagles.
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. He'll look to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now the Bengals on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
He's telling right here. He's telling him right. Telling him right. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. 3 down. Check 26. Check 26. Shift.
Blue draw quarters.
Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, Charlie.
Switch.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Set. 60 yards.
Come on, the ball.
Watch 6-6. Pull it high. Ready.
Looking to throw. Stevenson. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Here we go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's pick it up. It's out of time.
Yeah.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stevenson. He'll find Lindsey here. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Back to throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A draw play for Mixon. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taking it about the 36. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 10-2 stop.
Tie it right. Hey. We got three. Three down.
Hey, lock it.
Press down. Switch.
Hey, Alpha. Get it.
On first down, Stevenson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Boom! That's how we do it, baby.
That's the end of regulation.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Get ready.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Once again, they run with Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Now they run with Mixon. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. The Broncos say they have it. They do. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Alert 3.
You're out.
Kill.
Cut out.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On first down, it's Lindsey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Set 18 Gator.
Joker.
X3. 218 chopper. Hard. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. Lindsey, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
Check 31.
61. Matchbox lights.
Whip. Watch the whip. Shit.
49. Check 49. Snap.
On third down, here's Lindsey. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.